And some of these, again, are summer themed and some of them are just summer vibes, but I tried to get all kinds of different genres in here. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about books that have summer vibes or books that you could read in the summer. And if you are just clicking on this video and you think it's kind of funny that my name is Summer, I'm talking about summer reads. It is very ironic. On this channel, I talk a lot about Kindles, I do book vlogs, I go book shopping, and I do actually have a pretty big trip coming up that I'm going to vlog that I think you guys will really like. So if that sounds good to you, please make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of July, and I'm so incredibly close, so thank you all for your support. And without further ado, let's jump into some summer books. As you can see, I'm currently reading Reckless because it came out last night as of when I'm filming this. And I just finished the prologue. I fell asleep before I could start reading last night. This one isn't necessarily a summer reads, but it just happens to be what my Kindle lock screen is on because it's what I'm reading right now. And when I tell you that my jaw dropped a little bit and I understood why the family tree was in the beginning of this book, that is an understatement. I think that even just from the prologue, I will like this a lot better than Powerless. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm filming a full reading vlog, non-spoiler obviously, for Reckless. All right, so some of these I have not read, but they are on my TBR. So I'm going to just show them to you on my Kindle and show you, because a lot of you are actually asking, you're very interested in Kindle, but you wanted to see kind of what the experience of looking at the Kindle store was. So I thought this might actually be a nice little dual video where I can show you what it's like to actually shop for Kindle books on your Kindle, because it's really cool that you can do it on your computer, but you can also, whenever you're connected to Wi-Fi, just shop for them and literally download and buy them all in one place on your Kindle. So the first book that I have on here that I really want to read is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. And this one's pretty new. It was just published, as you can see, on June 4th, 2024. I like that it tells you the length of the book. And this one is about a professional organizer who is kind of like, her life is in great disorder. She meets a guy and they have a summer fling. So this one just seems perfect, like a true beach read. It comes highly recommended by Abby Jimenez, who is also on our list. Also, if you just search summer romance, you can see so many different books on here. Some of these are on my list, some of them aren't. There are so many. These were even like, just, I think that I was searching specifically for Annabelle Monaghan's book, but if you look through them, there are so many that you can find just based on summer readings. But if I went through all of them, this video would probably be 3 hours long. So let's look at another one. The next one is The Summer Girl by Elle Kennedy. I love everything that Elle Kennedy writes. Pretty much she's an auto-buy author for me, and lucky for us, a lot of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. This one is in the Avalon Bay series, so you might want to check out the other couple of books before this one. But this one is where she goes back to the Bay and has a little bit of a romance. But again, Elle Kennedy's books are just like, they're such a fast, easy read, but they're very emotionally gripping as well. So there's The Summer Girl by Elle Kennedy. Love the cover. And by the way, since I don't own these, the way that I'm showing you the covers is I'm actually downloading the samples. That's how people do these videos. And then you turn off the screen, and if you have the ads turned off, then the cover of whatever you're reading just shows up, even if it's a sample. So that is the inside secret on how people make these videos, in case you're like, wait, how are people putting the cover on their Kindles even if they don't own it? That's how. So the next one that I have for you is The Layover by Lacey Walden. And this one, it sounds really interesting, especially because I was almost a flight attendant once upon a time. Would have been a very different YouTube channel, but probably an awesome one. Maybe it will still happen one day, who knows. But this one is about a pilot and a flight attendant where they end up in kind of a forced proximity situation because there are mechanical problems with their plane and they're stuck together, and I think they may have some history. So this one looks really good as well. I wish this was in color because then you could see how beautiful all of these, like how colorful all of these covers are, but we will just have to pretend that they're all beautifully colorful until that comes out. The next one I have is a thriller. It's a little bit different than a beach read for you. And this one is called Summer House. And this one centers around a house. Oh, see, what's funny is I guess we're not gonna get the cover of this one on the sample. Interesting. Sometimes it hasn't downloaded. Let's see. Well, you can see it right here. This one is about Oh, we had to have an author's note to talk about like how it was definitely fictional. Interesting. There it is. Sometimes it just takes a minute to download. So The Summer House is about a series of crimes, I will say, that happen at a summer house, and this novel follows all the investigations. This one is on Kindle Unlimited, and I feel like James Patterson never fails to have an amazing thriller. So this one's a little bit different than your typical beach read, but if you're looking for something a little more spooky, you might want to go for this one. Another one that I really want to read is Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer. This one sounds so good. It's described as a slow burn rom-com, and it sounds a little bit like the plot of the movie Good Luck Chuck, if anyone is old enough to remember that movie. I feel like it's aging me, the early 2000s. But basically, the person and one of the characters in this book, like after they date someone, they always find like their forever person after they date that character. And so this one is supposed to be just for the summer, but obviously we will find out if it is just for the summer or not. And I like that it has an Emily Henry quote on there, because I feel like these two are quickly becoming like the summer queens. The next one I have for you is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. And I read The Lake House, Summer by the Lake. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? I read one of her other books earlier this year, and it was pretty good. It was just kind of like it very much reminded me of Emily Henry. And I feel like Carly is kind of putting herself in that same category as like Emily Henry or Carly, or not Carly, well, this is Carly, or Abby Jimenez. And so I think what's really interesting is that basically all of her books are like summer beach reads. So definitely check this one out. Oh, Meet Me at the Lake. That's what it was. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I couldn't remember. So this one I really want to read as well. Now, this one isn't technically like a summer themed book, but it just feels very summery. Bridesmaid for Hire, it's exactly what it sounds. She goes around and basically is in everyone's wedding when they need her to be. And this one just looks really good. So that is it for the Kindle options for ones that I don't have or ones that I have read on my Kindle. And let's move on to some physical books that I actually have. And some of these, again, are summer themed and some of them are just summer vibes, but I tried to get all kinds of different genres in here. So the first two kind of go together, and they're such tiny, cute little books. You can see like they're the size of my Kindle, or my Kindle is actually even bigger than this one. But these two kind of go together. Scoot those over a little bit so they can both fit. So these are both just like good vibes, like ways to just be happier. And I feel like everyone during the summer is just looking to kind of catch that summer good vibe. So to make your summer the best ever, Good Vibes, Good Life just has ways to kind of love yourself a little bit more and unlock your true self, I guess. And I just thought this one had nice little wisdom. These are like really good morning books. Like if you want to just wake up and read a little bit, and maybe you're already reading like a fiction book, but you want to just have something nice to like journal to in the morning, or you want to just have something nice to flip through a few pages. These are both really short little books, and they don't have a ton on each page. And then this one is called, I hope I'm saying this right, Ikigai, I think is how you say it, which is the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. And I love this one because it really, like, I always love learning about different ways of life around the world, and this one was just, it made me so happy. So these kind of go together, different styles, but same idea overall. The next one, I tried to put a few unexpected ones in here, like not just your typical beach reads like I showed you at the beginning. So this one is actually just an adventure book, and it feels very summery because it's got like pirates and ships and adventure. This one is The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. And this one I got from Book of the Month, and I started reading it, and I don't know why I never finished it. I think something came out and I was in the middle of it and I need to go back and read it. But this one just like, it just screams like summer adventure, but it's fantasy, and I wanted to kind of throw some different genres that might be unexpected in here. So definitely check this one out if you're into kind of a different kind of pirate adventure. The next one, again, I told you that I was trying to throw some different things in here. The Trial of the Sun Queen is on Kindle Unlimited. And this one is by Nisha J. Tooley. This one is about kind of a competition of all of these women who are trying to become the Sun Queen. And again, like I said, a lot of the books I've been reading lately have like a competition element to it. But this one just, I think the second one just came out, or the third one, I can't remember. but it has a few in the series, all I think on Kindle Unlimited. And this one, just because I'm including it because it is like the Sun Queen and the sun, summer, you get the vibe. So this one just felt summery in that way. I feel like I couldn't make this video without including at least one Emily Henry book, and I'm including Happy Place because this is the one that I read last summer. I still haven't read the one that came out just recently, but this one, the pink cover, Happy Place, like it just talks about going to a vacation destination where all of these friends would go over the years, and there's again some forced proximity tropes and things like that. So they're going to their happy place, and Emily Henry, all like, just if you're going on vacation, bring an Emily Henry book. This next one I showed in my July TBR. It is called The Resort, and this one talks about surviving your stay at this resort. So this one is also a thriller. This was a book of the month pick, and this one I just love because I really like summer themed thrillers, kind of like the James Patterson. I just feel like I'm trying to include a bunch of different genres in here other than just plain old beach reads. And this one seems like it'd be right up my alley because I want to know whether they survive their stay at the resort. It's kind of giving, oh gosh, what is the show? White Lotus, which I really want that to come back. If anyone knows when we're getting season 3, White Lotus is amazing. So I'm hoping this gives White Lotus vibes. These next two, quite honestly, they just have summery covers and colors, and they are set kind of in the desert in very, very hot places. So it seemed like they fit in this lineup when I was picking things off of my bookshelf. We have Dune, the classic, and if you've seen both of the Dune movies that have come out so far, they both encompass what happens in this book. They're doing the second book and the third movie. They've confirmed that, so you can read and actually see what they kept and what they didn't. I was gonna do one where I tabbed and annotated this one, still planning on that. There's just so many books, so little time. And then one of my very favorites, The Alchemist. This one is kind of a classic about a boy who goes on an adventure and then learns a lot of things along the way, and learns that sometimes you have to go back to the very beginning to understand the end. I don't want to say anything else, but this one is probably my favorite book one of my very favorite books in the entire world. I reread it every single year. So those are my two summer themed based on the setting and the color of the covers. And my last one is a novel love story, and I should go find the 7-Year Slip because I feel like that one's actually so summery as well because it's about a summer in New York. So I don't know where that one is. I think I let a friend borrow it, but that one is by the same author, Ashley Postone. And this one is a love story set in a novel, and this one just feels very summery to me as well. I haven't read it yet, but it's like a love story book written about a love story book. Like, it's very meta. It's like a book within a book. So this one just feels very summery as well as the 7-Year Slip. If you haven't read the 7-Year Slip so far by the same author, that one is like a summer in New York. There's like a time slip. It's one of the best books I read this year. So those are all of the summer reads that I have for you. I have so many more on my list actually. So if you want a part 2 to this, please let me know down in the comments, or let me know some of the books that you are really looking forward to reading, because I feel like there's a bunch that I forgot. Like, I just realized that I totally forgot. Okay, I totally forgot that I just bought this one. This is like the entire reason why I was doing this video, where I was putting all these books together and then I forgot it. I'm glad that I remembered before I put everything away that Summers at the Saint is one that is kind of like a mystery set against a beachy backdrop. So this one's kind of in between like a beach read and a mystery. So I'm really excited to read this one. And again, there are probably so many more that once I put my camera away and once I'm editing this, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, why did I forget this one? So please put your favorite summer reads or books that you want to read that are kind of summer themed in the comments, and I will probably have enough to make a part 2 of this video. So again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video if you like the content, and I will see you in my next video.